Over the last few episodes, we've covered a lot of ground: messaging, ICP, cold outreach, sales conversations, pricing psychology, stakeholder mapping. And if you've been watching from the beginning, you might be thinking, okay, but how does all of this actually fit together? That's what this episode is about. Because each of these pieces on its own is useful. But when they work together as a system, that's when B2B sales start becoming predictable. Let me walk you through the full picture. Think of it as 5 stages. And at each stage, there is a specific failure point that kills most deals. Stage 1, message. Before you reach out to anyone, before you publish content, before you run campaigns, you need one thing: a message that speaks directly to pain. Not features, pain. We talked about this in the first episode. The test is simple. When you explain what you do, does the right person immediately think, "That's exactly the problem we're dealing with"? If the answer is no, nothing else in this framework will work. Because message is the foundation. Get it wrong, and you will have conversations that go nowhere. Get it right, and every other stage becomes dramatically easier. Stage 2, ICP. Once you have the message, you need to know exactly who should hear it. Not technology companies, not mid-sized businesses, a specific person in a specific role, in a specific situation, with a specific problem happening right now. The more precise your ICP is, the more your message lands like it was written for them. Because it was. The biggest failure point here is breadth. Founders who try to sell to everyone end up selling to no one. Instead, find the people who cannot afford not to solve this problem in the next 90 days. Start there. Stage 3, outreach. Now you know what to say and who to say it to. The next question is how you reach them. And the answer is not mass campaigns or generic templates. It is one message written for one specific person that shows you understand their world. Reference something specific about their company, their market, their situation. Ask for the smallest possible next step. And when you follow up, add something new. Not just checking in. The failure point here is volume without relevance. 50 thoughtful messages will outperform 500 generic ones, every time. Stage 4, the conversation. You got the meeting. Now what? This is where many founders switch into pitch mode. Don't. The goal of the first conversation is not to present your solution. The goal is to understand the problem deeply enough that your solution becomes obvious. Ask the questions that surface the real pain. Help them see the cost of doing nothing. And before the meeting ends, understand how decisions actually happen inside their organization. Who is your champion? Who is the economic buyer? Who might block the deal? Map the room. Know who you still need to meet. The biggest failure point here is pitching too early. The founder who listens the most in the first meeting usually closes the deal in the last one. Stage 5, the close. If the first 4 stages were done properly, the close should not feel like pressure. It should feel like the natural next step. By now, the buyer understands the problem. They trust you. They see the cost of staying where they are. The conversation is no longer, "Are you interested?" The real question becomes, "What needs to happen on your side for us to move forward this month?" That question moves deals forward because it reveals the real remaining obstacles: budget timing, internal approvals, competing priorities. And once those are visible, you can work through them together. Now here's what makes this a system instead of just a checklist. Each stage feeds the next. A sharp message makes ICP targeting easier. Precise targeting makes outreach more relevant. Relevant outreach creates better conversations. Better conversations surface the real stakeholders. And when you are speaking with the right stakeholders about a problem they already recognize, closing becomes the easiest part. Most early-stage sales problems are not caused by one broken step. They come from broken connections between steps. Great message, wrong ICP. Right ICP, generic outreach. Great meeting, but never reached the economic buyer. The system only works when all 5 stages are aligned. So here is a simple way to audit where you are right now. Ask yourself 5 questions. When I describe what we do people immediately recognize their own problem? Can I describe my ideal customer in one clear sentence? Are my outreach messages personalized enough that people feel they were written specifically for them? In my last few meetings, did I understand the real decision structure before the call ended? And when deals stall, is it really about price, or have I simply not reached the person who actually decides? If one of these stages is weak, that's where your focus should go next. Not more outreach volume, not more content, not lowering your price. Fix the stage, align the system. That is the framework. Message, ICP, outreach, conversation, close. 5 stages, one system. And when it works, sales stops feeling like selling. It starts feeling like helping the right companies solve real problems, which is exactly what great B2B sales actually is. If you want to build this kind of system inside your company, from the first message all the way through to predictable deal flow, that's exactly the work we do at Match B2B. We would love to talk.